Here we go. All right, Eric Stromquist, Ken Smyers. We are joined by Ken Sinclair, aka Otto, and Therese Sullivan from BuildingContext.me. Hey guys, we've been the first day is ending up from Comm IBcon in San Diego. Our tradition is we come together, we do a day one recap. So
let's do it.
Let's do it. So, Therese, ladies first. So what did you say today
Ladies
that
first.
impressed you?
I'm going to start with my last thing because you guys were in the cybersecurity, and I will come around that.
I got cybersecurity.
I think it's really cool to be here in San Diego because San Diego is known for a few things, and one of them is biotech. Another of them is microgrid research with UC San Diego here. And I just came out of a session where I heard Jan Palmer talk. He was on the project team leading the sustainability initiative for the Craig Venter Sustainable Laboratory, one of the famous around the world for having all that lab equipment and running on net zero energy. So that's pretty cool to have somebody like that, and that's San Diego for you.
Okay, well, Eric, we did cover the cybersecurity. Ken here got in the afternoon, and so did Therese. So we took the morning shift, and we had cybersecurity. And I'll tell you what, it was one of the best 4 hours I spent. It was a commercial and corporate real estate cybersecurity forum. The cast was from the forum members were incredible. We had Heinz Real Estate, we had CB Richard Ellis, we had GSA representatives, and we had Wells Fargo. And these guys really know the business, and we covered. The sessions were amazing, but the commercial and corporate real estate has to take this to the next level. They were talking about creating a culture, and they're talking about the sensitivities that we need to make analogies so we're more effective when we not only work with our own personal lives, but our business lives and then our customers' lives. The risk and liability has just gone exponential. There was just one example after another what's going on. So the building infrastructure from a cybersecurity standpoint is now one of the most increased, the trend of trends right now. They came up with a RE, Real Estate ISAC, which is a very cool organization of trusted members. It's a group where they all come together and they share best practices. It's a rapid way to disseminate. President Clinton came out, and it's been every other president subsequently has added to it, and this is for our infrastructure. This is to get critical information around organizations as quickly as possible by using trusted friends and trusted colleagues. So, and then we went into the basically the Cyber Innovation Showcase, and one of the coolest things I had to write down here, because I took 2 free pages of notes just from cybersecurity, and that was that with such an incredible, challenging issue that they were talking about smart light bulbs getting thrown away, and somebody salvaged these smart light bulbs, got the IP addresses and the passwords, the default passwords were used to get from expended lighted fixtures from light bulbs to crack back into a network. So I just, and they say the hacking is just, it's a journey, it's never over, and to get involved and to get committed. So that was a great session. Good.
I almost had the yin and the yang of that, like you're hearing about what the operations side has to learn from IT on cybersecurity. The session I was just in said, well, actually, the IT people have a lot to learn from the operations side as well. That you can't switch, you can't patch something by rebooting a switch that has a bunch of lights hanging off it. And the cyber side might think that's how we reboot our phones, right? They completely turn on and off.
Sure. Well, I tell you what, cybersecurity continues. It's just not going away. I mean, this is something the 4 of us have been talking about for quite some time with the cybersecurity. Now, Ken, I saw you were in the Master Systems Integrator thing,
yes,
like the rest of us.
I'm glad to mention that because I think that feeds very well into the Master Systems Integrator. It's getting pretty complex, and we definitely need help as an industry. And I think Scott Cochran did an excellent job of basically laying that out and saying how useful these folks can be to us as an industry. And I've actually reached out to him to ask him to write an article on that, so I hope this embarrasses him enough that he does that. I think there's some other complications coming too. There's obviously the cybersecurity, but there's obviously just a myriad of systems we have to pull together. But later on Thursday, I'm speaking to the health of a building and the fundamentals of that. That's starting to have to get taken care of by a master systems integrator.
Ken, you're going on in 5 minutes. What's the session you're hosting next?
It's the skills gap, and how do we bring young people into the skills gap? And I just about lost my young person because his plane got grounded in Vancouver, but he found another one and found his way through Portland and has just arrived. So we're looking forward to that as well. So.
Well, Jim Young and Howard Berger have done it again. This is another super packed, supercharged meeting, and there were just so many other presentations. One of the cool things again was MAD, Mutual Assured Destruction. Now it's Mutual Assured Darkness regarding our grid. So you have all these thinkers coming into this play from different different substructures of our government and the electrical grid. I mean, there was representatives, and they were giving their best practices. And NIST, go to that website because they really are providing a lot of free, good information with the most updated things to do. But they used analogies, to defend and protect. They're talking about your house. Take an attitude like you have a responsibility, a commitment. So, some of the great takeaways, Therese.
So, where I was in the Smart Buildings boot camp run by Intelligent Buildings, and I really enjoyed the session that was alumni stories from Bedrock and Oxford Properties, who have talked at previous Realcomm boot camps, but they had more and better stories this year about their journey. One of the things that the Bedrock representative talked about was going on a road trip and knowing that they don't know everything about implementation. Today, they're going around and finding best practices all over the country, really getting out and seeing things. And already, I think we know Bedrock in Detroit really understands how to put together a data center with friends like Hebda Systems, and now they want to know more about office buildings, and a really good way to do it.
Okay. I tell you, one best practice is to always be on time, especially when you're speaking. So we're going to sign off this evening. Ken, Eric, along with Ken Sinclair, aka Auto from AutomatedBuildings.com, and Therese Sullivan from BuildingContext.me. We'll be back tomorrow night with your Day 2 update.
Great.
Hey, just look and say, remember, be bold, stay in control. Go. Indeed.